I decided to do it.
It definitely is dark,
Oh no.
but it's also beautiful.
How many holes will she put in the walls that she just painted?
It was meant to be.
You guys know by now I use the eyeball method.
I'm sacrificing a little bit.
Where should I start?
The time is finally here. This week we are going to be transforming my boring blank white bedroom into something that is moody, cozy, and feels like me, finally. If you've been following along on this journey, my room has taken a lot of different forms over the past few months. I couldn't quite figure out my style or what I was going for because I was trying to make the room something different from the rest of the house when the rest of the house is what I like. I like moody and vintage, but mixed with modern. And I was going this traditional route. You know what? Let's back up from the very beginning. So when I first moved in, the bedroom was already white, but the walls were dirty and it needed a fresh coat of paint. I gave the entire house a fresh coat of white paint so that it could be clean and move-in ready, and I didn't have to overthink the paint colors. The bathroom was this crazy, funky peach color, so I gave it all a clean, fresh slate with bare Swiss coffee. But honestly, it just felt very blank and boring all this time, even though it's a pretty creamy white. And I really had no direction with the design. I found some inspiration from Nancy Meyers, and I originally decorated the bedroom kind of floral, Nancy Meyers style. And this bed that I found was very traditional, and it's a beautiful bed. But I felt like the bed was making the room really difficult to design. And those long posts were visually cutting off the room, so it made the room look smaller than it even already was, which also in turn made it really difficult to figure out the furniture layout. So there was just no way that I could get 2 nightstands in this room and a big dresser and it looked right. So eventually I ended up getting rid of that bed because I just couldn't get it to work with anything. And then I just have been moving furniture in and moving furniture out of that room, trying to freaking figure it out. And after living with the room for a while, I decided that I would prefer to have a vanity over 2 nightstands. And I needed a lot of storage for my clothes because I have a small closet. So once I figured out the essential furniture I needed, I decided that I was gonna go with a big wardrobe. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and then I found a vanity that went with it. But I think that the thing this room was missing all along was color. And then I found this inspiration picture on Instagram, and I knew immediately when I saw it that I needed to find a color similar to that. It definitely is dark, but it's also beautiful. All right, the color looks dark on the wall, but I decided to do it. I just bought a gallon at Sherwin, so there's no turning back now. Where should I start? I need to take the room apart. I'm just so antsy to start painting. I haven't even taken the stuff off the walls. I just want to see it. I don't know how well I trust myself to cut. Gosh, I think it'd be faster to tape. There's no going back, okay? It's dark. It's dark. It's so dark. I keep thinking maybe I should have gotten the color lightened a little bit. It's just so pretty. I know my mom's gonna think I'm crazy because she would never paint this dark. You know, you can't play every design decision safe, right? I think I'm getting a little bit better at cutting. It still looks a little wobbly. before I painted a different shade of white over white, so it wasn't noticeable. Ooh, you know what would be cute? If I painted my bathroom like a light baby blue, like my curtains in here. Because the towels I have match the new wall color that I'm choosing. That would look good. This color is looking dark, but I just finished all of the cutting and I'm feeling really excited about it because it's already starting to feel cozier in here. Okay, so here's where I'm at now. I just finished cutting and filling some holes in the walls from all of the artwork that I've been undecided about and hanging and taking down and hanging and taking down. Went ahead and got the hard part out of the way. And we got the new ceiling fan up, which is already making a huge difference in just the way that this room feels. I know a lot of you guys did not like that ceiling fan I had up, but looking back, I'm glad that I didn't change the ceiling fan out right away because I didn't have any direction for the room. So if I was staying traditional, this ceiling fan wouldn't have looked good in here. But I've really come to realize that I like mixing vintage with modern. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out why I love my living room and I don't love the bedroom, and it's because the bedroom was missing that modern element that the living room has. It was feeling stale, like an antique shop, like just not cute. Like I think that when you mix modern and vintage together, it looks more intentional and collected and not like you're trying to recreate some time period. So yeah, I really actually love this fan. I went super cheap and got like a $50 one off of Amazon. And it's got different color settings. This is not sponsored, by the way. I like the warm one, and then it has different fan settings that I love. And the blades can be turned around from white or the light wood. I haven't decided which one I like better. I will once I get the whole room decorated. So let's go ahead and get these walls rolled so that I can pull in the new rug, pull in the new furniture, and hopefully have a whole bedroom makeover. I don't have any roller trays on me, so the plastic bag will do. Okay, so thank you to Caleb Payne for recommending this Sherwin-Williams Emerald paint to me. I have to say it was totally worth spending the little extra money because I really realized as I was cutting how smoothly this paint works, and it has really good coverage. So I was able to get the cutting done with just 2 coats. I realized later after talking to her that it's probably better to cut, roll, so that you keep a wet edge on the paint. But I like to get the cutting over with because I hate cutting. But she recommended this paint to me, and then the Purdy White Dove rollers. So I think that not skimping on a good quality paint is going to end up saving me in the long run on time, because hopefully I'll only have to do 2 coats rather than 3 coats of paint. And I really, really liked the workability of this. All right, maybe I should have got a roller tray. I'm really excited to share this bedroom makeover with you because this room has become my little oasis of relaxation. And one of the things that I've been doing to help prioritize myself and take care of my skin and relax at night is using the Foreo FAQ 202 mask that I've already shown you a couple times, but they're having some really good Valentine's Day deals that I want to share with you. So special thank you to Foreo for sponsoring today's video. The FAQ 202 is an FDA cleared new generation of silicone LED face mask. I know that red light is all of the hype right now, but what's cool about this mask is that it actually offers 8 different wavelengths and it connects to an app. So you can choose which color is the best for your skin concerns. And the app will tell you exactly what treatment plan will be best for you. I personally have been using the mask to target fine lines and discoloration from years of sun damage, and I've already noticed a big difference in the overall tone of my skin. This is a picture of my skin from right before I started using the mask, and then this is a picture I took literally yesterday. Another thing that I've noticed is that my skin has been a lot more hydrated lately, whereas normally I usually have pretty dry skin. But the thing I really enjoy about this mask in particular is that it is a flexible silicone, so it's really comfortable to wear around the house while I do tasks. So I've actually been able to enjoy using this mask and perform other tasks at the same time. If you're interested in taking advantage of Foreo's Valentine's Day deals, then click the link in the description below and use code ABBY30 for an additional 30% off your order. She looks good in here.
She's beautiful.
You look pretty in here, Hannah.
I look pretty anywhere I go. I'm a beautiful princess. You want to go outside the closet?
How many different rugs can you go through in one bedroom? Oh, I love it. I think that looks good. Here's the new rug. Curious to see what Mom says, but I think the pop of color is really nice. It complements that teal really well. And then the furniture is gonna be very orange, so I think it's all gonna tie in really nice. Honestly, I'm crazy impressed with how much this color looks exactly like my inspiration photo. Literally, I was so worried that it was too dark based on the sample, but it's because I was looking at that sample up against the Swiss coffee and it was just throwing me way off. It looks so good. Now what we need to figure out is going to be the layout of this room because I have a big wardrobe and a vanity, and I'm willing to sacrifice not having nightstands for that because I really enjoy using those. I've had a vanity here before and then 2 nightstands. That didn't give me enough space for my clothes. And then I've had a dresser here and the vanity here with the bed kind of shoved in the corner, and it looked a little off balance. So I think what I want to try is the wardrobe over here and then the vanity over here, and maybe I'll do a little end table on this side so that way I can center the bed a little bit more.
Are you putting a nightstand there?
I don't think it's gonna fit. I could put a tiny little end table.
What about a kitty corner?
And then put the vanity on this wall.
You could put it there, kitty corner. Let's see how it looks on this corner. You have to it's right next to your bed though. You'd have to move the bed though. Let's just see what it looks like. Not that bad. What if we put it against the wall next to the bed?
Good, and then I get one nightstand. All right, but then where do I put the vanity? Over here on this wall? That would look nice. What if we did like you said and put this one over there, but just a flat on the wall, and then put this on this wall?
Hold on.
It won't fit. Why is it so much bigger than I realized?
You're always over.
What do I need? Like mini people furniture.
Yes.
I need dollhouse furniture for this bedroom. The furniture's too big.
Well, it's gonna cross the wall that way. Put this down there and let's put this on the wall. This has to go out over there.
Has to go where?
Over there. If anything, you're gonna have to put your vanity over here.
That's what I said to begin with. To begin with, I said put the wardrobe there and put the desk there as my nightstand.
But we weren't. No,
Ay.
we weren't like.
The camera's dying. We'll be back. All right, after a lot of moving things around and back and forth, this is the layout that I have to do because the furniture is so big. So it's basically back to how I just had it. And I don't love it, but functionally, this is like the only thing that works in this room. And I will add a nightstand here. I'm hoping that once I decorate everything the way I have in my mind, that it will balance it all out. But I really do love the color of both the rug and the walls. I think that once all the artwork is up, it's gonna start making sense. I just don't love this whole boxy corner of wood. I'm hoping that, getting some white artwork, a different mirror right here will fix it and kind of break things up a bit. But for right now, it's getting late. I am gonna get this bedding on, and then tomorrow I will start pulling the artwork from the garage that I've been thrifting and see if we can make this room look halfway decent. Let's hang some art. Perfect. So my original plan was to have the vanity over on this side and the wardrobe over there, but it was just too tight with the bed centered in the middle. It was too tight opening the wardrobe and it was too tight with the vanity stool. So this is what I'm settled on for now, but that means with the wardrobe next to the bed, now I don't have anywhere to put my stuff. I was going to use the vanity as a nightstand as well. So I'm going to go grab the French provincial one I have out of the garage, which I know doesn't match, but just for the time being until I get something, because I wanted to put this lamp here and this book that I just thrifted. So I'm kind of sacrificing some design stuff for function, but I know everybody's going to tell me, well, why don't you try this and why don't you try that? I promise you, when I turned that camera off, me and my mom tried everything, like every layout, and it just functionally wasn't working with the size of this bedroom. I'm going to have to find maybe a shallower vanity and then maybe I can play around with the layout. So I'm actually really embarrassed by the state of my garage right now. It just, I swear, gets like this in no time. So here's the little nightstand that we're going to put in there for time being. And next week I'm going to need to get in here and get organized so that I can start getting my stuff ready for vintage market days. I have officially signed the contracts and paid for Asheville, Tampa, and Jacksonville vintage market days. So I have a lot of work to do the next couple of months. And I'm going to be painting the house. Next week's going to be pressure washing. And then the following week I got sponsorship with Wagner. So I'm going to be using the Wagner paint sprayer to spray the whole house. This end table is a little bit too big for this spot. It's gonna work for now, but at least it gives me an idea of that I need to find something a little bit smaller because I don't like the way it's butt up right in between the bed and the wall and there's no gap. I feel like you need some sort of space in between the furniture. It's honestly really good that I'm trying a lot of different things because now I can see very clearly what measurements I need to find for a nightstand. Something a little bit shorter and not as wide. Because I like this lamp, but right now this lamp is looking kind of tall next to the bed. I already had this shelf here with all my scarves. It kind of looks better against the backdrop. But I think it might be nice if the shelf was darker because there's already a lot of white trim on this wall. But it's cute. This is like my little accessory station because my mirror's here. So if I want to add a scarf, add a belt, maybe I should put my perfume up here. So right here I have this Key West picture I can put right here, or these little wooden frames. I'm kind of leaning towards this because they have that light cornflower blue in the curtains, but they don't really fit the kind of nautical vibe that this room is leaning towards unintentionally. I think if I keep putting nautical pictures, then the room is going to start looking nautical themed, and that's not what I wanted. It just happened to be that I really liked that bird picture. It just happened that way. And the colors go well. But I think that this wall needs a little bit of darkness and warmth to break it up because the doors are white. There's a lot of white on this wall. And I am considering maybe painting the doors a different color or a color to match to make it like monochromatic. Or I could also paint them the color of the doors that I painted in the hallway. This is kind of a nice color with it. But for right now, they look fine. These were only $1 at the thrift store. I actually just remembered that I had my Savannah, Georgia pictures here. That might be a little cuter. Yeah, let's do that. How many holes will she put in the walls that she just painted? I don't know, does it look too high? I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so for my little vanity area, I decided that I'm gonna order one of those mirrors that are a little bit more modern that you just touch and they light up. And then I will put this mirror in a different room because it just doesn't fit the aesthetic of the bedroom anymore. But I still love that mirror. I just think I need something a little bit wider and not so tall. So once we have that more simple modern mirror here, I think I might just leave this wall empty. I could put this here. I feel like something needs to break up all this wood. I could put this here. I don't know if that's gonna be too busy or out of place. Let me wait until the mirror comes in. But I have to say, I'm really liking the way that this room is coming together. I was a little worried about the off-balance furniture and there being a lot of heavy furniture over here. But really, I can already see how functional this room is gonna be for what I need. I have more space to hang up clothes. The drawers are massive and fit all of my stuff perfectly. Now I have a nightstand with drawers, and this vanity has so much drawer space. So I could go and get a smaller vanity, but then I'm sacrificing storage. And when you have a small house and a small bedroom, I would rather have my stuff put away and feel clean and put together than have a perfectly Instagram-worthy bedroom. I'm sacrificing a little bit, but I'm gonna have a really functional space that works for me. So it's fine. I was also thinking about doing the brown or orange pillows on the bed, but I've been finding that having those light blue throw pillows that I had there were just more annoying than anything. And to me, making my bed in the morning is very, very important. I make my bed every morning. If I don't make my bed and I'm rushing out the door, it's just one of those things that throws off my whole day. So I'm thinking about not having any extra decorative pillows on my bed besides just the striped ones. And then I added this other layered 100% cotton knit blanket just to add a little bit of color to the bed, but that will stay on there when I'm sleeping. I really, really don't like having all the extra stuff and all the extra steps to make my bed in the morning. I just want to throw the comforter over, throw the pillows on and go about my day. And I think it looks pretty good still. I really like this waffle knit blanket that I got because it has two sides. So I can use the lighter side or the darker side, or I can layer it like, you know, fold it over and have both colors showing. It just adds a nice layer to the bedding, and I can leave it on there, you know, just easily make my bed in the morning. But I did thrift this pillow, which coordinates really nice with the room and my rug, but I need something to go with it. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna leave nothing here, have a nice, simple, easy bed to make. But this pillow does match like too perfectly not to use it. It like matches, but it's not matchy. You know what I mean? So if I could find another pillow that coordinates with this, I think that would be chef's kiss. Okay, so last night I slept in the room and this morning used it functionally, and I am loving it already. But I ordered a new vanity mirror. I also ordered some vanity organizing trays off of Amazon. So I want to get those in the mail before we do the full bedroom reveal and style everything. Mo, be quiet. It's my vacuum. So that stuff is supposed to arrive later today. In the meantime, I am going to head to the dump and do some organizing in the garage because I have a lot of projects coming up outside doing the exterior painting. But right now I can't even functionally work on anything because the garage is a freaking mess. If you know, you know, when you work on these projects, nobody shows you the reality of the behind the scenes and like how much mess comes with it. Like just from painting my room, I still haven't cleaned up all of this stuff on the floor. And I need to rinse these out before the paint roller dries out that I spent $17 on. And then on top of all of that mess, just opening a new ceiling fan, installing it. Like there's a lot of crap that comes with it. Boxes, old light fixtures, all of that stuff. And it's pretty much just accumulated in my trailer. I'll get back to this another day because my mirror actually just arrived. Amazon's here. Thank you. Eek! Let's go set it up. This looks like it's gonna be a good size. So it comes with mounting hardware or these little acrylic feet to set it on. I'm gonna use the acrylic feet at first and then use it for a while and maybe I'll mount it on the wall. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should have got the one with the actual base, or I'm just overthinking it per usual. Oh, that looks nice. Should I have gotten a bigger one? There was one size bigger. Because I kind of like the idea of being able to see myself while I'm standing. Let me text my mom a picture and see what she thinks. If I keep this size, I definitely want to mount it a little bit higher. All right, the consensus is in. I asked you guys on Facebook and I talked to Mom, and the mirror is too small. So I'm going to return this one to Amazon and order a bigger size. A lot of people also recommended a circular mirror. And as I was scrolling through Amazon, I saw one on clearance because it was used for $44. So I went ahead and ordered that one too. We are gonna see which mirror looks the best in here. I'm kind of thinking that the round is gonna look better than I anticipate. But I like the idea of having a rectangular one because then I can DIY and build a frame around it in the future. I keep seeing these frames where people are painting stripes and checkers and all sorts of different patterns, and I like the idea of adding some sort of interest with a frame over here. I could do that with the circular one too, but it would be a lot more difficult. I would have to learn how to use a router, which I'm not opposed to doing. I will check back in when the mirror arrives. For right now, I'm gonna go ahead and organize the drawers. Yay, the bigger mirror has finally come in. I've been waiting like a week. And I know you guys have been waiting too. I keep putting out thrifting videos. But it's because I wanted to have the mirror so we could do, you know, the full bedroom reveal. So I can leave it like this and hang it up a little bit. And if I stand with it hung, I think I'll be able to see my full body. That's the way that the mirror is supposed to go. Or, how am I supposed to hang it? Oh no. Are you kidding me? This mirror only has hardware to be able to hang it horizontally. And it can't be hung vertically. All right, let me stand back. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. I don't know if I like it vertical anyways. I think maybe it looks too tall vertical. Like if it were hung like that, how does that look? Oh! Or if it were hung like that. Okay, so I actually just remembered that I have this picture hanging kit. So since this doesn't have the notches to hang it up vertically because it's designed to go horizontally, I can probably take some of this picture wire and just put it underneath the screws and hang it from the wire. The buttons aren't going to be where they're supposed to be, but I think it's fine. So that's where it's designed to be hung from. We're going to take these screws out and then hopefully put this little thing under it with the picture wire. You guys know by now I use the eyeball method. So let's see how this looks. I mean, that's fabulous. I was contemplating the circle one, but I ended up just getting the rectangular one, and I'm glad I did because I think that this would be really cute if I DIY'd a frame for it in the future. I also like the fact that I can stand here and get ready and still see myself in the mirror, whereas when it was horizontally, it was cutting my head off. So I can get ready sitting down, or I can get ready standing up because I have my wardrobe to the right of me. I love this. This room layout maybe isn't the most aesthetic or proper way, but I think it is just so good for me, and It's so functional. I love it. This is fire. All right, let's plug her in and see how bright it is. Do a little get ready with me. Get ready with me DIY makeup tutorial. I know it's a little bit silly that the buttons are over here, but the mirror that was vertical designed to hang on the wall was like $100 more. So why would I do that? I just used like $2 in hardware and this mirror was way cheaper. So hopefully it's bright. Oh, that's nice. What do these buttons do? Okay, cool, medium, warm. Oh, you. So over the weekend, I found some more goodies that go with my room perfectly. I went to my friend Tina's barn again, and I found this adorable little seashell box, which honestly, I don't know if I normally would have picked this up, but because I was going in this like accidental coastal theme, I thought it was really cute. And the perfect little addition to my vanity, as well as this seashell print and a coastal print of St. Augustine. Although now I think I need something else to put my Q-tips in. I have a bunch more prints still, so I'm gonna hang some of them in the bathroom. And over here, I can either go with this one or with this one. I honestly love that I'm filming right now because watching that back, I can immediately tell that it needs this bigger picture. But when I was standing here holding it up, I probably would have picked this one. I just realized that I don't think I've shown you guys inside of my master bathroom literally since just painting it white. And that's because, well, I've done nothing to it. So this room used to be really peach and it felt super small because it has these really weird soffits. And I had the idea of cutting them down, but it's just not really that much of a priority to me right now. So just painting it all white made a big difference. I would eventually like to get a new vanity, some new hardware. I did put this mirror in that I got off of Amazon for 30 bucks on clearance. And then I found these bamboo shades actually at a yard sale for $5, or a thrift store, excuse me. And then I had these little prints in my mom's bathroom at her house. Actually, they're tile. They're really cute little tiles. So I think for this bathroom, I'm just gonna hang up some of the artwork that I got and then some new rugs. I will eventually paint this vanity and maybe just put a new top or completely replace the vanity. But for right now, I don't mind this bathroom. This is the Key West print that I got in Eustis a couple weeks ago. And then the bird print from Fernandina. And then the little seashell I got from Tina's barn. Now I've actually already been living with this bedroom for over a week because I was waiting for the mirror to get in before I finished filming this YouTube video, and I couldn't be happier with the way that it turned out. I wasn't originally in love with this layout because I didn't like it feeling boxy with all of the furniture on that left-hand side, but it turned out to be extremely functional, and having the bedding and the lamps and the artwork in there really helped to break it all up. But I just really love that corner of the room has become a dressing area, and then the other side of the room has become my nighttime sleeping area with my nightstand and my bed. I have an insane amount of storage for all of my clothes. The room is incredibly functional. I love sitting down at my vanity in the morning and getting ready. And this has been such a great way for me to finally introduce some color into the house, getting the ball rolling, and now I have got the bug. I want to paint all the walls a different color, but one thing at a time because I have to paint the exterior of the house before I get into any room redos. And as far as the bathroom goes, just hanging up that artwork in there really made a big difference. I, of course, would like to change out the fixtures in the future and then change out all that builder grade hardware into something a little bit more unique. Brass. But for right now, I feel really good with where this room is. I feel cozy and comfortable in it. I love the new ceiling fan. And honestly, this is just what I've been needing all along. After all the back and forth of Nancy Meyers and then traditional and then this and that, I love the way that this room turned out. It is old Florida. It's not the same old Florida as the rest of the house though. It's more coastal. And that wasn't even the intention to begin with. When I chose that paint color, I had nothing coastal in my mind about it. It was meant to be. We found the St. Augustine picture. I found the little seashell jewelry box. I found all those bird pictures, and it somehow just ended up being really cohesive. And I love it a lot. And I hope you love it a lot too. And I'm so happy to say that this is going to be the last video you see on my bedroom in a while, because we are moving on to the exterior.